In the early 1800s, middle-class business leaders embraced the laissez-faire or hands-off approach to the government. They did this because they believed the government should not interfere with the free operation of the economy. A main proponent of laissez-faire economics was Adam Smith, who was the author of The Wealth of Nations. He said the free market would produce more goods at lower prices that everyone could afford. Economist Thomas Malthus noticed the effects of the population uprise with the crowded slums, hungry families, unemployment, and widespread misery. After much studying, he created an essay on the principle of population. In this, he said that being in poverty was unavoidable with the uprise of population compared to the amount of food they had. He encouraged people to have fewer kids, which people did not listen to. David Ricardo shared the same views as Adam Smith. Both men opposed any government help for the poor. They felt people should be left to improve their lot through thrift, hard work, and limiting the size of their families. Many people believed that there was a gap between rich and poor with no in between. To end poverty and injustice, socialism was created. With socialism, people as a whole operated the farms, factories, railways, and other big businesses. This worked well, and soon socialists had communities where work was shared and property was owned in common. This made there no rich or poor, and no fighting between people. The socialists who created these ideas were called utopian dreamers. Robert Owen was a famous utopian who created one of these communities and went from a poor boy to a successful mill owner. Karl Marx, a German philosopher, went against the utopians and created scientific socialism, which he said was based on the study of history. He worked alongside German socialist Friedrich Engels. Together, they wrote the Communist Manifesto, where they believed all means of production would be owned by the community. Marx opposed capitalism because he believed that it brought prosperity to few people and poverty to many. Marxism began to gain popularity with the leaders of the reform movement adopting the idea that power should be in the hands of workers and not business owners. In the 1800s, Russian socialists embraced Marxism, and the Russian Revolution of 1917 set up communist-inspired government. Many adopted Marxism in the 1900s to their own situations. As time passed, his idea that everyone would unite workers around the world didn't work because people felt stronger ties with their country. By the end of the 20th century, every community included elements of free market capitalism.